Hello, I'm Joachim Duplessis. Welcome to the HTS Epoll. It's your opportunity to weigh in on the most pressing issues of the day. Saint Lucia presents a compelling paradox in Caribbean sports culture, simultaneously celebrating world-class athletic achievement while grappling with questions about grassroots engagement and fan attendance at local events. The island's sporting credentials are undeniable. Julian Alfred's historic Olympic gold medal in the 100 meters made her the nation's first Olympic champion, while Darren Sammy became the first St. Lucian called up to the West Indies cricket team. These achievements, alongside the launch of a semi-professional football league, passionate following for international tournaments like the Caribbean Premier League, and current Sports Minister Kenson Casimir's deliberate efforts to cultivate a culture of fandom, suggests a nation deeply invested in athletic excellence. However, beneath this veneer of sporting success lies a more complex issue. While nearly every community possesses at least one playing field and football appears to be the island's favorite sport from a spectator's perspective, local attendance figures often fail to match the enthusiasm displayed for the international competitions. The disconnect between St. Lucia's production of elite athletes and the inconsistent support for domestic sporting events raises fundamental questions about whether the island has cultivated a genuine sports culture or merely celebrates individual excellence. Current governmental infrastructure investments and coaching development programs indicate institutional commitment to sporting advancement, yet citizen engagement and the grassroots level remains inconsistent. So we asked, is St. Lucia truly a sports-loving nation? We took to the streets to get your opinion, and here's what you had to say.
I can definitely say yes. You definitely get that recognition only when you've become famous. The grassroots level, I think there's a lot of work that has to be poured in there. Again, not just from a community level, but just look at St. Lucia as a whole. It's really sad that some of the youth definitely to rid them off the streets and getting involved in actually the trend that we basically see happening. I think they should be more integrated into all sporting arenas, basically.
But there is also the younger ones who are very talented, which they don't know much about, which they take it serious also, but just because they're not in the limelight, so they might not take them as a sports person. You understand what I'm saying?
So you believe we should do more? Or you think it's
Well, I think we should do more, a bit more. They love it, the children love it for sure, but we can do more to send them more further. And the more media, the more they can go further and make themselves the better.
We are a sports loving nation, but we're not a sports supporting nation. We wait for when they reach the top to say, yes, they are the top, but we don't invest in the grassroots where the major investment has to be. It's after the athletes struggle to be at the top, we claiming them. Let's do better than that. We are a great nation, we have great athletes. We have enough millionaires in this country, from individuals to businesses, who can invest in the grassroots of this country, after school programs and so forth, to help these children reach the top, and we now can claim the full scale of their abilities, not just the top. So I hope we can do better than that.
what is motivating people to understand the value and benefit of sports, for example? Is it just now being seen as entertainment, or is it being seen as a fundamental and key foundation, if you want, or support for national development? And if it emanates from that level in terms of a national plan and the leadership, the political leadership, the rest of the population will follow. So I think that for me is what is key, that we see sports as being fundamental in terms of our national development process and effort, and then everything else follows.
Maybe once upon a time we had, but not presently. I mean, we make a big fuss about any situation on the day when it arises or something. So when somebody make it to the big stage, all of us at it. But to say a sporting culture, it's not vibrant anymore. The young people mind are distracted now to all other things, And sports is supposed to be a discipline thing. You have to be disciplined. You have to be willing to work hard and stuff like that, But for the young people today, that's not a priority for them, So all that lacking interest into that aspect of it, cause one of the that causes one of the main issue,
In my days growing up, when we used to have cricket, football, and athletics, the crowd used to turn up in huge numbers, and they used to cheer the team they support or the athletes they support. But nowadays, that's dying to an extent. I don't know what's the cause of it, but I wish it would get on a heavy footing. The crowd would get on a heavy footing as before, because we are a sports loving nation, and I don't see what used to happen before happening nowadays. I wish the spectators or the crowd would contribute and support the players and sportsmen and sportswomen as before.
We are a sports-loving nation, and we have a vibrant culture. What we really need to do is to get the young people to get involved in the policies set by government. I mean, right now, as we speak, this present government is renovating every single playing field. Right in your doorstep, Alva Baptiste is putting lights on this field. Emma Hippolyte is actively involved in getting football competitions going in her community. Kenny Anthony has said, look, after Bellas is deaf, let's put all football in his name. We have semi-pro league. We have a great minister of sports. But it's for us to take advantage of it. It's for clubs to come alive again. But as far as the government is concerned, they have put the infrastructure, they are putting the training for coaches, for trainers in place. It's for the youth to take advantage of those things and stay away from every other thing that they do.
Now to our new discussion. In an age of rapid technological advancements and a globally interconnected workforce, the demands on employees are constantly evolving. Saint Lucia, like many nations, is navigating this new landscape with debates emerging on whether the local workforce possesses the skills, mindsets, and readiness needed to thrive. While some point to government-led initiatives and available training as evidence of a forward-thinking approach, others highlight a disconnect, citing a mismatch between available jobs and the skills of the labor pool, as well as challenges in work ethic and a reluctance to embrace new methodologies. We want to know your perspective, so we ask, are St. Lucian workers prepared for the demands of the 21st century job market? Remember, our Epoll team is always on the go to get your responses as well. Watch the HTS News Force from 7 p.m. for the results and a new discussion.